back to run across Europe. Welcome to the Belgian countryside. It's lovely this morning. I've been getting a lot of towns the last few days, and I've been meaning to try get some countryside because yeah, it's pretty nice. It's 9:30 in the morning. I've done about 3k. I started, but yeah, I thought I'd get recording done now because I don't know, just something about it's hitting me. It seems pretty nice. I got a tough day ahead. It's going to be up to the mid 30 degrees again, and it's going to do about 37k to the campsite I picked with 600 meters of elevation, which I think might be the most I've done. Yeah, really starting to hit the elevation. But as I've said before, I guess where you get the views. Yeah, so I left just yesterday looking for a spot to have lunch, and I didn't find anywhere as nice as those benches, but I just got to a spot where I could see like a really long road with no shade, and there was a spot where I was, had a bit of shade just on the side of the road. It really wasn't spectacular. It was like sitting just here to the right, but it had shade. It did the job, so so I stayed there for a bit. That cow looks like it's on steroids. The last cow there on the left, I don't know if you picked it up, but what was I saying? Yeah, I had lunch. It was grand. You know, had to wait it out till like 2 p.m. for it to get a bit cooler, and it didn't really, but the sun wasn't at the hottest part of the day, so it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too good, but we got it done. And yeah, the campsite was fine, except for when I got there, you know, it's the spots for caravans, the spots for mobile homes living on it. And there's one reception, she spoke very good English, but she, you know, a lot of times they have a map, like here's reception, here's the tent area. So she drew that out. There's a big section in the middle of the campsite for tents. But then she's like, there's also, like, you had to actually cross the road. Say this is the campsite on the right, and then there's a road in the middle. They had like extra on the side, you can see a sign for. So you see when that's for like the spillover, like real busy, you know. So I went for the middle of the campsite. Well, I got there, and it was a trek up a hill, like 100 meters uphill, you know. It's at the end of the day, it's the last thing you want. And just double checking, I go straight here, I'm pretty sure I do. Indeed. Oh yeah. When I get to it, it's like actual forest, you know, like not good for putting down a tent. I was like, you know, I could hang up my hammock. It won't be the worst thing in the world. But you know, it's just not comfortable. Like, it's just sticks everywhere, it's not flat. Just basically you can't camp there. I was like, jeez, because when she said it to me, when I was checking in, she's like, you can go take a look at the campsite and then come back if you want it. And I never really heard that before, and I was like, hey, here, I'm on foot, I'm taking this no matter what, you know. So I just paid her there. But then I went up and I was like, Jesus, you know. But then I went across the way to the one across the road. It was just an actual campsite, cut grass, flat, loads of space, no one really there. Had an even nicer toilet than the other part, it was just weird. Like, she should have just, she should have mentioned that with her good English, being like, here's the main part, but this is very foresty. Here's a good campsite. Okay, this story's boring. That's a nice house there, sideways on the right. Let's see, is that the courtyard? Nah. This is more like it. I was starting to get a bit disappointed with Belgium, I must say. But now we're getting somewhere. Yeah, so the campsite was fairly chilled. They had the bar where you could get some food. So I had a bit to make dinner, but I was like, do you know what, I'll treat myself and get some food. So I went over, grabbed a beer, and then got the menu. I didn't have much on it, but it had it was like hamburgers, chicken nuggets, that sort of stuff, But I had a hamburger for $2.60, which is very cheap. And then I had hamburger especial for $3.20, so I was like, alright, I'll go for especial, whatever that means. The more toppings, the better, So I go to him. Yeah, I get the hamburger special. And he's like, okay, but we don't have onions. I was like, what? That doesn't mean it. Like, there's no ingredients on the menu, Literally all it said was hamburger special. I was like, what does that mean? And he's like, well, we've no onions, but you get your 2 sauces. I was like, here mate, you're not saying enough words. He spoke decent English. And I was like, basically the hamburger special, you got 2 sauces on it and an onion. And the regular hamburger, you just got ketchup or 1 sauce. And it was just the call of the burger was generous. Just a frozen patty, but probably didn't even have any meat in it. But I still got another one. It does the job. Then I went back to the campsite, and there's just one guy chilling out there. He had a little van and a tent, and he's playing guitar. He was very good at it. And I was walking by to go to the toilet, and I seen him rolling the joint. So I started chatting to him. Yeah, it's pretty cool. He couldn't speak English, but he could speak Spanish. So I ended up sitting down having a chat with him. And yeah, it was just good to have someone to chat to. It was annoying though, for the first half of our conversation, he kept switching back to French accidentally. I didn't want to interrupt him, but I'm like even with Spanish, I'll get like 70%, maybe less. They kept going to French, so I'm like, I've no idea what they're saying. But I got there in the end. I think it just took him time to switch back to Spanish. And he, we had a good conversation just about life and stuff. Because I was telling him how I used to do engineering, and he's saying he did architecture for a year. He was now like, he used to say he was in his 40s, and he's a painter now, like just a painter and decorator kind of thing, not like an artiste. Yeah, but he was saying it just gets too hot in the summer, so he just takes off like 3-4 months, chills out in his van, and travels around, And so with that talk, he was just saying how he liked architecture, but wasn't the office culture and bureaucracy. He just couldn't stand, And it's interesting, like, because he's like, my life would be much different. I have more money, but it's like I just like chilled out, existence. There's just something to really be said for, like, that's very similar to myself, kind of, why I left my office job. And I talked about that a bit as well, having a burnout, autistic burnout. How it didn't help for me. I really tried, like, But there's some people as well, there's more to life than money, you know. Yeah, he kept asking me, he's talking about the run to Istanbul, and he's just like, why are you going to Luxembourg? Like, you should be going east across the top of Belgium, top of Germany. And after looking at the elevation, I think he might be correct. But then I was just thinking about it more. I'm not even thinking about it, I said it to him. I was just like, so I was telling him about the YouTube, and it just made me really realise, I know it sounds stupid, but it's just like all my decisions are based on what I think would be the best trip, you know, not the easiest, but the best. And then that is influenced by the YouTube, you know. Because like, we could just have 3 weeks, 2 weeks of me going through Hungary and just flat roads like this, you know. I'm sure that'd be cool. Not putting down Hungary, but I want to get up to the Alps. I want to just see the most beautiful stuff. Now, you know, I might start to regret it with the tough days, and it might take me a lot longer than I think it's going to take me. But yeah, I'm only going to do this trip once, so I wanted to go to the most beautiful places. Plus, I've been to Hungary on my first backpacking trip around Europe. I went to Budapest, and I got the train. I can't remember where I went. Maybe Croatia next. So I got the train through the countryside, you know, and it's yeah, I don't really remember much about it. It wasn't very memorable, you know. So just those little things are influencing the decisions. Whereas I went to Slovenia after Croatia, got a train ride through there, absolutely gorgeous, you know, because that's got the end of the Alps. So yeah, it was lovely last night, and it wasn't you could tell it wasn't going to rain. It wasn't a cloud in the sky, so I didn't put the rain cover over my tent. It was also like I've thought about doing that before, but when there's a lot of people around, they can just see into your tent, so a lot of times you just want the privacy, you know. But it was literally just your man, and he was a bit away, so I left it off. Just like looked at the stars and stuff. But the tent that I had, that I threw away, had a complete net over the top, and you could see up into the stars, lovely. And but this one has like a square of not see-through material at the top, and then the felt on the side is at an angle, so just you can't see through it very well, which was a bit of a bummer. But that was fine, because even with that off, though, it was just it was a bit cooler. Still very hard to sleep, but I could see fireflies floating around. Not loads of them, just one or two, but they're really cool. And we obviously get them in Ireland. That kind of gave me a sense of accomplishment, just how far I've come, you know. We're at the stage where fireflies and lizards, and you know, I was just thinking back to starting in Ireland. Yeah, and I heard a woodpecker this morning. I didn't even know Europe had woodpeckers. Like I said, I've travelled a fair bit in Europe, but if I did ever hear one, I forgot about it. So that was really cool. Take a left here somewhere. nice though when I went to sleep. Like, even though the view of the stars wasn't as good as it could be, you could still see a few of them. It was peaceful. And then your man started playing his guitar again, so I was just going to sleep to him playing guitar. And he started whistling then as well. Really good whistler, which I think whistling is very underrated in music. Yeah, I don't know if you can class it as an instrument, but it's I love it, I really do. So he's just whistling, playing his guitar, one foot up on the back of his van, and the toilets were behind him, which were just kind of illuminating him, you know. I was actually gonna go up and take a picture, or ask him could I take a picture of him, but then I was just about to get into my tent, and I was like, I don't want to disturb him, I just want to let him keep playing and enjoy the music, you know. Yeah, 600 metres of elevation, that's more than I did climbing over that mountain in Wales. So yeah, I really don't know what's ahead of me now. Getting a nice bit of downhill here, but this is gonna get tough. I think it's mostly on roads. Hopefully they're like this where it's relaxed, because yeah, the roads are good because we can get good miles in, you know. A few times yesterday I was caught in the middle. I was caught in the baking sun with rocky dirt trails that I had to walk, you know. That's not the left. It's kind of a horrible feeling, you just kind of feel trapped. Even though you'd be getting the same amount of sun here, like at least you're moving, you know. River there, you see it? It's like the bridge and stuff going over it. Great place to live. There's supposed to be a storm coming tonight. I think it's going to start raining at like 4 and it's going to start really lashing at about 6. So the way I have been moving recently has been like take a rest from 11 to 2 in the hottest part of the day, and then do the rest and I've been normally getting there about 6. So it wouldn't be the end of the world, but you really want to have your tent set up before it starts raining. You can't really do it in the rain, but you're just sleeping in wet stuff. There's a car coming. I want to give us a look over that bridge. It's lovely. Another left. Oh jeez. Spectacular. How are we on for time? 20 on the button. Let's do a solid 10. But yeah, that's so I really need to do as much as I can before I take a break for the sun. Hopefully get halfway at least. a swim. Haven't had one since Dover. We've done pretty good this morning. Plus we got some downhill and some flat, because a lot of my day today is going to be hiking uphill, I'd say. I haven't looked at the map at all to see if I'm gonna end up at a town for a shop. I was looking at the map all morning trying to find a good campsite, because I seen one yesterday and I was more just looking at reviews and stuff to see how good it was, and it was going about 40k. I was like, that'll do. And then I put in the directions this morning and that had like 1,000 meters of elevation. I was like, that's ridiculous. But I was like, alright, you know, I don't mind the challenge, I'll do it. But then I looked at it in more detail. I was going to be on a main road half the way, like 30 kilometers of the 40, without a bike lane or a hard shoulder. So I was like, I can't do that. So we're heading more east now than southeast. And yeah, so far so good for roads like this. But yeah, so I was looking at the map a lot, but then I found this one. I was more just looking at the terrain, and I because I only had them 2 hamburgers last night, I had a decent breakfast. Took me time with it. So there was a pamphlet at reception of that campsite, something about going to see bears. I looked at it and I meant to grab it because I just wanted to see, but it's just something that I've completely forgotten about. Like you won't get that many in this part of Europe, but it's not like the possibility is not zero, you know. And yeah, I don't know, it's just something that hadn't crossed my mind at all. Oh, that's a nice bench. But the film must go on. I need to take a left somewhere. Let's hope it's not that. No. Okay. Yeah. I like the things I kind of like. I know what to do with a bear. If it's a black bear, you look big, but that's what I had in my head the whole time I was thinking about bears in Europe. I was like, we don't have grizzlies, they must be like black bear kind of. Well, I think that maybe there's some small ones like that, but the most common bear is the Eurasian bear, and they are pretty much like grizzly bears. So like I don't know, you don't run away from them, but I really don't know what I would do. I need to freshen up on what to do. I might look to see if I can get some bear mace. I'm hoping, I was kind of hoping this buggy would help me, because I'm making more noise then, and in general they're probably wary of people, unless you get to like Romania or something where there's a lot of them and they actually might hunt people. But in general, European bears will just probably get out of your way. So hopefully they just hear me coming, if there is any, and they skedaddle. Be a long day, but we got 7 kilometers done already. It is just coming up to 10 now, so by 11 I'll hopefully hit the halfway mark, and I'll take a break. What was it? I think it's like 90k to Luxembourg, maybe less. So yeah, maybe a full day tomorrow, and then the day after I'll probably nip in to Luxembourg. Folks, that's our time. It was lovely spending the morning with you. If you enjoyed it, leave a comment, let me know, and well, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching.